The cheetah might look more like a dog than a cat. Its claws are not as fully retracted as those of other cats, and, unlike most of them, it can be tamed and led about with a collar and leash.
Performing and Visual Arts, Garden Grove Unified School District, Marlene McConville, producer. The nominees: the winner is Footprints in the Sand of Time, Jerry Pierce, producer.
Which was dedicated in
Accepting the award tonight will be Tracy Donner for Jerry Pierce.
As the great stone.
Are any of Jerry's sons here? Okay, then I'll just take this back for Jerry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, some of you may recognize our next presenter from his old days doing comedy on the local cable programs. Guess What and What's Next? He's currently the producer and host of Paragon Cable's public affairs program, Community Forum. Please welcome Mr. Cowboy Bobby Nash.
Hi there, folks. On Community Forum, I have the opportunity to interview a wide variety of guests, so I can tell you from firsthand experience that interviewing is one of the most challenging jobs in our business. A good interviewer can captivate us by bringing us into the world of the guest, thereby making what might be a simple video into something that is both entertaining and informative. Of course, all this has little to do with my show. Our next category, Best Magazine or Talk Show, allows the public access producer to interview a variety of people and discuss various topics, as you'll see in the following clips. The nominees for Best Magazine or Talk Show are Arts Behind the Orange Curtain, Britton Carl, producer.
Two uniquely innovative local bands, Peace Corps and Rhythm Lords. Both bands play frequently in and around the Orange County area. Peace Corps is a rock band, and while playing a wide variety of cover tunes, from Toy Dolls to Tom Petty.
Back in Touch, Dr. Kevin McGann, producer.
And directed at target populations. The result is the same, that anybody that would do something like that has already got a lot of
Citizen Grove, Jim Valentino, Charlie Gage, producer.
I started out by doing my own comics when xerography became workable. A lot of us just started putting together our own comics, and we learned a lot by seeing stuff in print. From there, I went on.
And Orange County Today, Kim Cooper and Alex Hodgson, producers.
Guys.
Wow. What do you need all that stuff for?
Don't you guys have any water?
Nah, we don't need any water. We're only going for a quick little
Just a
walk.
little hike. Do you need lunch?
Nah.
And the CAPA for Best Magazine or Talk Show goes to Arts Behind the Orange Curtain, Britton Carl, producer.
Rhythmic ambiance one has come to expect from a rhythm and blues band. Well, let's go to it.
Thank you. And I had fun, and I won an award for it. All right, that's pretty cool. I'd like to thank Paragon for putting on such a great program, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do, use my creative integrity, or whatever you want to call it, to go out and do these things. I did an internship in Hollywood before I did my internship at Paragon, and I got real disillusioned with a lot of the entertainment business, but coming to Paragon, I got to actually do things besides pick up the producer's dry cleaning and stuff, so it was pretty neat. I got to do what I actually went to school for. I'd like to thank Tracy and John and everybody for having patience with me, especially in the editing room. and for all my friends that helped me to put together the shows. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations, Britton. And by the way, my dry cleaning should be ready tomorrow morning if you wouldn't mind. Just bring it by the... never mind. Our next guest presenter is the chairman of the Public Cable Television Authority, as well as a city councilman from the city of Westminster. I have the privilege of seeing him every 2 weeks as we videotape the Westminster City Council meetings, and it is my distinct pleasure to introduce him tonight as well. Please welcome my good buddy, and soon to be yours, Mr. Craig Shoot 'em Up Schweisinger.
Those were very kind comments. Thank you very much. I don't know how sincere they were, but they were quite kind. As a member of the City Council, I know a lot about talking, and so do our nominees for Best Multi-Camera Talk Show. These programs deal with many issues that affect communities that we live in, including gangs and drugs, the homeless, and our future leaders of tomorrow. And now let's take a look at the nominees for Best Multi-Camera Talk Show. The choice is yours, John Halfenberg.
Yes, we've heard a lot about the drive-by shootings where the little children are getting hit.
Yes.
And I guess when I thought of drive-by shootings, I was thinking of an individual upset or mad at another individual, and you're saying it's more a nation and a retaliation.
Light on the Word, Thane Wilson.
He said he knew at that moment he was healed. And then he went back to his doctor. This is the good part. This is the good part. Not only does God heal, but you can go back to the doctor and have it validated, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
So what happened when you went back to the doctor?
Taking it from the streets, Dave and Linda Dunlap.
Cut from one of our earlier shows, performed by Matthew Robert Lentz, entitled Can I Wait? Thank you.
Tomorrow's leaders, Denise Tohidi.
Things about our religion, the Baha'i faith.
One aspect I really like about the Baha'i faith is the equality of men and women. I appreciate and respect all who fought for women's rights and those.
Women and Men, Today's Perspective, Denise Tohidi.
Tell us about these people is Gigi Bliss of Cyprus and Jan Lloyd of Huntington Beach. Both of you are welcome to Women and Men, Today's Perspective.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
And the CAPA for the Best Multi-Camera Magazine Talk Show goes to... Taking it from the streets, Dave and Linda Dunlap, producers.
Accepting the award for Dave and Linda Dunlap will be Mr. Gaston Castellanos from the city of Garden Grove.
On behalf of Dave and Linda Dunlap, thank you very much, and thanks to Paragon Cable for giving them this opportunity to produce programs like Taking It to the Streets. Thanks again.
Well, now it's time for our traditional, world-famous, incredibly hilarious side-slapping, knee-kicking... Okay, I'll stop. Let's go back in time. Take a look at public access, the good old days.
From the very beginning, people fell head over heels for the CAPA Awards. Everyone rushed on down to the Community Meeting Center for the big event. Paragon Cable's two original public access coordinators hosted the show, which was definitely a big hit with the audience. Everyone enjoyed the delicious food at the reception, And even though the show had its ups and downs, most everyone in attendance had a real swinging time. The first Phi Beta Kappa winner was Aerobicize with Bertha, with the first episode of Love Connection running a close second. And that's the way it was at the first ever CAPA Awards back in 1924. Oops, almost forgot. The Crying Game won the first ever CAPA for Best Entertainment Program.
We now join Mystery Kappa Theater 1994, already in progress. Tonight's feature, the case of the Kennel murders.
Sir, your breakfast is here. It's the Happy Meal that you requested.
Hey, hey, hey. What's happening, Rush? Bueller?
Hello?
Bueller?
Oh. Hello?
Hello, McFly?
It's your breakfast, sir. Oh. You know, the meal before lunch. Don't make me have to come in there and hurt you.
Cole. Breakfast? Look both ways. Oh! How about a little tea with your death, sir?
By George, you suck my battleship.
Mr. Reed! Mr. Reed!
Uh-oh, it's the slimy guy with the bad mustache.
Mr. Cole, Mr. Arthur Cole has killed himself. Killed himself? When? How? He's sitting in there like that. What? You're mad, man. You're part of it? Yes, sir.
And you're overacting, too.
Call the police. Yes, sir.
Call the cops.
All aboard! Bombay! Wake on! Jonestown!
Seems like a good time for a killing right about now, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I do agree. Yes, sir. Thomas McDonald.
Come in.
Here come the judge. What's the matter, Daddy? Something terrible happened, sir. Gilly's gone. What? And I cannot find him. They've taken him off the bench, sir.
Whatever happened to my prized puppy? Should use the master lock.
He didn't break that lock himself, either.
Oh, no, he had help.
I've been away from that dump for 10 minutes all day, sir. Stop babbling, man.
You whining drunk. We're at maximum power, Captain. Damn it, Jim.
Sir Thomas? Yes? I think we found him, sir. Where? Out in the alley, sir.
Gasp.
Every dog has its day.
Ew. Everywhere you look, there are flies.
Oh, the smell. I'll kill the man who did this.
You mean our director?
Where did Mr. Brisbane usually put his hat and overcoat when he came in? He always...
How would I know? I'm only the butler.
Which closet? This one.
Pull my finger. What a man, what a man, what a money.
Oh, I've heard of coming out of the closet, but this is ridiculous. No!
Mr. Brisbane. Well, Mr. Vance, where are we now?
In the middle of a bad movie, I'd say.
Kibbles and bits and bits and kibbles.
Scooby-Doo!
Who is that? Marmaduke! Say, fetch,
Exhaustion struck a nasty blow.
Forget
That explains the coarse hairs on the phone.
What a stiff.
Whose dog is this? I don't know. I mean, I've often seen it in the vacant lot.
He's lying.
Just tell the truth, Campbell. Yeah, Miss Personality wants you to tell the truth.
Why don't you?
Yeah.
Next door.
Bill Beans.
Get that fellow to a vet as fast as you can, will you? Yes.
And it is playing tick season. You might want to get him dipped while you're out.
Yeah. Come here, boy. Good lassie.
Now, Gamble, let's have the name of the lady next door. Doris Delafield.
Yes, I'm Miss Delafield.
Oh, hubba.
Bada bing, baby.
I'm sorry I didn't win you a trophy at the dog show.
If you know what I mean.
Aren't you?
Hi-yo. Yes.
I'm interested in one of your dogs.
I bet you are, you.
You mean Figaro?
Figaro.
I'm terribly sorry. You know, he slipped his leash last night and ran away. I've notified the police. My maid's been scouring the neighborhood trying to find him.
I hate it when maids scour.
Well.
Lies.
Did she inquire at Mr. Coe's house next door?
No.
Well, I don't know.
You and Mr. Coe have been good friends, haven't you?
I know. Why?
Your dog was found in his house this morning, badly wounded.
What?
Have you any idea how he got there?
Magic?
Do you suppose he would follow someone into the house?
Real? Hey, what are you driving at?
Donuts!
Mr. Archer Cole and his
Donuts,
brother
donuts. Give me a
were
pizza,
murdered last
sister.
night.
Murdered? I was afraid that...
Hands off, lady.
Just a moment.
Dominoes?
Boy, oh boy. You guys must have been really busy schlepping that tape together.
Kim, let me tell you, we've been busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest.
Perhaps you'd like to show us that.
No.
Our next presenter should be familiar with to a lot of the longtime CAPA viewers. They've won a whole stable full of CAPA Awards themselves, including one of those their coveted Phi Beta Kappas. Last year, they were also inducted into our Public Access Hall of Fame, and they did that for their efforts in producing high-quality public access programs for over 7, not 3, not 4, not 6, but 7 years, my goodness. Let's have a warm welcome for Mr. Caesar Sixgun and Mrs. Paula Trigger Happy Rodriguez.
Howdy.
Howdy. You know, we're happier than pigs in mud to be here to present the CAPA for Best Short Subject. These programs can be any topic, but must be 15 minutes in length or less. 15 minutes. That's about the average of our acceptance speeches when we were winning CAPAs, isn't it, Trigger Happy?
Right there, Six Gun. Yeehaw. Now let's take a gander at the 5 nominees for Best Short Subject. Let's Keep the Peace, Amid Abdel Hafiz, producer.
Not just another town.
Living or Extinct, Leonard Janik, producer.
Program to the cheetah, also known as the hunting leopard. The cheetah might look more like a dog than a cat. Its claws are not as fully retracted as those of other cats, and unlike most of them, it can be tamed and led about.
Performing and Visual Arts, Garden Grove Unified School District, Marlene McConville, producer. Sincerely, Tamitha Mulligan, producer. The Thrill is Back, Eric Schumann, producer. Those are our nominees. In request, Joe. Okay, and the winner for Best Short Subject is actually 2 winners. We have a tie. I was right.
2.
Let's Keep the Peace, Amid Hafiz, producer, and Living or Extinct, Leonard Janik, producer.
Similarly, football players wear black grease under their eyes to cut down the sun's glare during games.
Hi, thank you very much. I was a little bit surprised that it was so nice because I don't have too much time to do it. So I tried my best, so thank you.
Thank you very much for the award. The commercial was basically, or the PSA was basically just to remind people how lucky they are to live in this great country. Other people in other places don't have one moment of peace and harmony at home. So just be thankful. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, both of you. You know, it's kind of funny, Kim, because I never used to have a minute of peace or harmony at home either, and then I got divorced. Now it's okay.
John?
Yeah, yes.
I didn't remember you getting married.
Our final major category this evening is for Best Series. And back by popular demand to present this here CAPA Award is Miss Garden Grove, Jennifer, don't call me Winona, Hansen.
Thank you, Kim and John. Well, I'm very happy to be back up here tonight and presenting the final CAPA Award this evening. The Best Series category is open to those Axis producers who've completed a minimum of 3 single-camera productions with the same title during the past year. And the nominees are Britt and Carl, Arts Behind the Orange Curtain.
What type of music does Pinch listen to? What bands do you guys like to go see play live?
Back in touch, Dr. Kevin McGann, producer.
Any genuine therapeutic value whatsoever. So, it's really a precarious situation.
California Republican League visits with Roger Hughes, producer.
Our trivia for today, and I'd like to ask you this question. Which presidents married divorced women? Which president?
Orange County Today, Kim Cooper, Alex Hodgson, producer. Ranch Music Television, Keith Ranch, producer.
So, it's time for some junkyard.
And those are the nominees for Best Series. And the winner is Orange County Today, Kim Cooper, Alex Hodgson, producer.
Now this one's yours, babe.
Get on over here, girlfriend. Well, how do? What do you think of this? Your hair looks good.
Yeah, it's a different color again. But it's natural, really. Well, I'd just like to say that this last show, Alex really did finish all on her own, and it never would have gotten done without it because bright lights in big cities called. Okay, dim lights in a small town, but either way I went. And there have just been some great, great people that have come into my life and ended up being friends. Started out as, you know, just people. So I'd like to thank Tracy Johnner.
Yeah.
She's one of my dearest friends in the world now, for her support. Thank you, John, for putting up with all my phone calls and my general pain in the neck princess attitude. My co-host, Alex. God, thank you so much for letting me even be here. My kids for giving me the time without guilt.
Wow, you prepared something. That's great.
No, that's off the cuff.
Well, you know, Tracy Johnner, you held my hand a lot in that editing bay. A lot of people heard a lot of screaming and a lot of sweating went on in there. And thank you very much for holding my hand through the whole thing. And thank you, Kim, for being so great and so amiable. And my bud. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Wow.
Fix. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I've never won a CAPA.
You haven't?
No.
You ever done a CAPA show?
Well, no, but you know.
Well, let's see.
You know, Kim, I'm glad you won and everything, but I was kind of wondering if we were ever going to find out the answer to that question: what president married a divorced woman? I kind of want to know that.
Well, I would like to be the First Lady someday, so apparently it's legal to do that, which means I'm still in the running.
Yeah.
Works for me.
You know what else?
Tell me.
Junkyard.
Hey,
I wanted to see that, but you can never have too much junkyard. I
No,
wanted
seriously,
to see
that was
video.
a great clip, so I was thinking, hey, we're out of it. Did you see all that prop stuff? That was good.
Incredible.
Looked like my living room, but it was good. Well, congratulations to all of the winners tonight and nominees, and your hard work and your dedication is truly appreciated by Paragon. And give yourselves a big yeehaw. Now that is not a big yeehaw. That's like dim lights and small market, okay? A big yeehaw. God, I love what I do.
Okay, well, that may have been the last of our regular categories there, partners, but we ain't done yet. No siree, Bob, not by a long shot, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Get on with it.
We still have the grand pappy of them all, yes, the Phi Beta Kappa Award. But first, we'd like to present our Special Achievement Awards. The first group of people we'd like to acknowledge is our student interns and volunteers. Without their commitment and dedication to assisting the Paragon production staff with virtually every program we do, our programs would not be possible. Our interns and volunteers come to us from various colleges, as well as the community at large. They operate cameras, audio boards, character generators, and just generally help out wherever and whenever we need them. And they do this in exchange for college credit or experience working with professional video production equipment. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, without these people, we'd be up a creek without a paddle.
That'd be true.
That's what I'm trying to say. So right now, I'd like to do the big old intern volunteer roundup. Have them come right up here on stage to receive their certificates of appreciation from Tracy Johnner. So as I call your name, please come up on stage. Starting off with our volunteers, Mr. Mark Rumsey, Gabe Lewis. Please hold your applause until the end. We got a lot of them here. Melanie Tisman, Frank Barzak, Brian Broderick, Judy Van Newkirk, Cariz Hunt, Jane Matheson, Dale Lemons, Rick Connigan, Patricia Sarmiento, Tony Hope, who's back there on camera. Don't move, Tony. Dean Hellerud, Scott Dunn, David Major. Drop that cable, David. Come on up here. Come on up. Scott Hansen, Carrie Pearson, Frank Carroll, Daryl Lambert, Marn Andrea, Rob Macy, who's working audio out in the van for us tonight, Hugo Ortega, David Venegas, Gina Willis, Jeff Kemper, the man with the headsets. Jeff, drop him, come up here. Jeff, drop him, come up here, I said. Thank you. John Halpenberg, Art Latola, Carrie Whitaker, David Lane, who's doing camera over here. David, don't drop the camera. Stay right there. Chris Casey, Mary Grace Halsema, Kimberly Price, Nino Cotella, and Fane Woody Wilson. Please come on up. Those are our volunteers. And our interns for 1993, student interns, Will Salome, Alex Saltzman, Erica Shorts, Sandra Gomez, Bunky Bento, Ellen Pierce, and Alicia Vargas. Come on up, all of you. Let's give all of them a round of applause. They truly deserve it.
Judy Van Newkirk?
Yes. I said her name once, I will say it again.
Say it
Judy
again.
Van Newkirk, come on down. And I believe that is everybody. So once again, let's have a big hand. Interns, volunteers, thank you. And now you can all return to your seats. Thank you for coming. The white zone is for immediate loading and unloading of interns and volunteers only.
Well, each year many programs are produced at Paragon Cable Studios by students at the Garden Grove ROP program. Here to tell us more about ROP and to present our next special recognition award, please welcome producer, director, ROP instructor, Robin Round 'em Up Smith.
Thank you. This is really special. First of all, I'd like to take a moment just to thank Paragon Cable and the City of Garden Grove for allowing us, the Central County ROP program, to be a part of your success. It's been really entertaining and very educational for all of my students. We produce a show called Arts and Issues, and over the years we've covered a variety of subjects, including Actors on Acting, the AIDS Quilt Project, the history of Jewish art, and currently we're doing 2 productions, one on Spanish theater and another one on the art of tattooing and body piercing. So it kind of covers the gamut there. But tonight we're going to recognize